planned, but I figured I had some questions from some warriors about some upcoming classes, and then also I was getting a few requests, not a lot, but a few regarding like ask me anything kind of deal, and we haven't been able to really set that up. So figured, I'm actually headed home for a session, but I have a little bit of time. I have about 15 to 20 minutes here. I figured I'd open it up for a little bit of a video. We might be getting some people, we might not. It all depends on, if this is a good time. But for those of you that, are going to be coming on, hopefully you'll have a good chance to ask some questions. All right, so basically what I wanted to start off with is a friendly reminder that we have our usual boot camp on Saturday, 9 a.m. Central Time, and that is going to be our Warrior Boot Camp. It lasts about a half hour. Those of you that have already seen it or been a part of it, you probably know kind of what it is about. It's basically total boot camp, and then I go ahead and walk you through the exercise. I do the exercises, obviously, and so I'm getting a workout, and I'm trying to also give you some tips, how to do things and progressions, regressions, all that good stuff. But what's been really cool the last couple of weeks, especially, is I like the way that you guys have been, interacting in the chat. So it's given me a chance to kind of talk over some stuff, answer some questions, and just kind of keeping it fun. So what I look forward to is that interaction more than anything, because the workouts, obviously I don't have to do those. That's something that we could just record and post, but doing it live is fun because you get kind of questions in the moment. So that's 9 a.m. Central Time this Saturday. Tomorrow, 5 a.m. Warrior Boot Camp, the early 5 a.m. club is live on our Instagram, Complete Warrior Fitness on Instagram. And I'm really trying to, although I'm going to see how I can set it up. I do have multiple devices. I wanted to also start adding the same stream to here, because this one out of all the channels has the most, shall we say, activity and the most kind of back and forth and all that stuff. So I am pretty excited about that, and I'll try to set it up. No promises. Depends on if I can find something to hold up the other device, because it's kind of it's like an iPad. So we'll try to get that going. But it would be cool to see you guys and gals early on also, because some of you are obviously not in our time zone. You're not even in this part of the world. So for you, it might be a completely rational hour. And then with me, with us here in the US, it's like super early, where it's only a small section of people that really, love being up that early. Anywho, so just a friendly reminder. Okay, so I'm driving home. Those of you that have just joined, I'm just going over some news regarding CWF. Obviously the class, 9 a.m. Central Time on Saturday. Please join, and hopefully you guys and gals have some questions. Feel free to pop in the chat and ask. This is kind of a Ask Me Anything Fitness edition. So if you have some questions, now is a great time. And okay, I am driving, but I promise I'm gonna look only when I'm stopped, because obviously safety and all that. All right, I'm stopped now. Let's see. Are you going for a hike? That's a great question. No, but I do have my fancy North Face jacket on. If only we were sponsored by them. How cool would that be? Every time I say North Face, just like a grand drops in their account. Actually, I will be doing a session right after this, but it's going to be indoor. So I am training a client at my house, but it's indoor. Although we will be doing some outdoor stuff. But yeah, hikes are awesome. I had a question actually regarding cardio. So this was something that popped up in our Facebook. Somebody was asking me, like, what's the point of cardio? Was their question in terms of fitness? Should I do it? And he's like, he's a young guy, 17, and he's just kind of getting to the gym right now just to hit the weights. So his question is cardio worth it? Should I do it? And the answer is yes, do cardio. And how to do it, that's a whole nother thing, but I'll just keep it simple. Your heart is pretty much your most important muscle, or organ muscle, both. So besides the brain, I think the heart is, easily one of the most important because it kind of powers everything, right? So it's essential when you exercise because you need a strong heart to be able to pump enough blood throughout the body to feed all of your muscles as you're training, which is why bodybuilders figured out pretty quickly that they needed to also do conditioning, or basically cardio. So their heart muscle was strong enough to be able to support all that huge muscle mass that's on their frame. If they didn't, then obviously heart failure set in pretty early. And there's still a lot of bodybuilders that kind of have issues with that, but that's more related to probably the stuff that they take, if you know what I mean. Some are, really pushing it in terms of their supplements and their, let's just say, less than legal supplements, but that's separate. But as far as cardio and conditioning, everybody should do it. Now, what you do, that totally depends on so many factors. It depends on your genetics, depends on what you like to do, depends on what your goals are. So somebody like me, I like to go out for hikes, as you mentioned. That is something I like to do more than anything. I actually I like to go for runs. I like to go outside and run. I like to go out in nature, so I like to do like little kind of challenges, like Spartan races and things. So it's like mixing cardio with strength and other conditioning stuff. So that's what I like to do, besides martial arts stuff like kickboxing, MMA training, where there's a lot of conditioning. There's a lot of hitting of pads and sparring and hitting of bags. And that also builds up the endurance very well. Doesn't mean that everybody has to do it. Obviously, people can choose what they decide to do. Some people hate running. They tell me running is the most boring thing in the world. How could you do it, Greg? They can only get behind like playing sports, which is totally awesome too. I love sports. So whatever you do, I think you just have to make sure that you focus on something that keeps you motivated. So don't do something you hate. Like if you hate running, don't go for runs. Maybe go for hikes or walk your dog or play tennis or play pickleball or play basketball. Go for a swim, whatever. But the key is you have to use that muscle and you have to push it so then you're able to support all of your other muscles, especially if you're a bigger person, you have more, if you have circulatory issues, then having a stronger heart can definitely help. You want to be able to live long and, have a really great quality of life. So, yes, do cardio. Now, if you hate doing cardio, or let's just say you're a bodybuilder, this is another follow-up. If you're a bodybuilder that has a lot of muscle and you want to, you want to keep that muscle, you don't want to burn it off by doing tons of cardio that's high intensity where the muscle basically gets broken down. You can do slow state or steady cardio, which is why sometimes you see the big bulky guys in the gym doing the slow kind of Stairmaster stuff. It's steady state, meaning they are working their heart, but they're not going into the higher zones where they're actually going to be breaking down muscle, because their goal is to keep muscle on their frame no matter what, but they're also wanting to push the heart. So, if you go climb stairs, because some people might say, well, that's not going to be very tough. Go climb stairs for like 20 minutes nonstop. And I'm not saying sprint just walk up the stairs. After a while, your heart's going to be, it's going to be going. That's why they do that, and it's effective too. So anyway, that was a great question from Facebook. I wanted to address that. Now, there was another one regarding, if I'm trying to remember here, I'm driving again, so I got to be careful here. I'm going to go off of memory here. By the way, I see people coming on, coming off, coming on. So if you're on right now in the chat, feel free to pop in any questions you might have. It's like a, ask me anything little session here. So if you have something you want to ask, fitness related especially, that would be great. The other question that came up was regarding, I just had it and I lost it. It was also regarding cardiovascular training. It'll come back to me. The question that followed that one that was not cardio related was in regards to sleep. And that was a good one too. Somebody had asked me, and this is also from our Facebook group, sleep-wise, why should I be getting a certain number of hours every day? Isn't it like a myth? And okay, so they have these guidelines. There is a standard that people will say is good for you, and sometimes that can be exactly what you need, or it could be a little bit more, it could be a little bit less. Everybody's different, so it always comes down to genetics and many other factors. So it's not a cop-out answer, but the thing is, in health and fitness, often you'll find me say that. And the fact that there is no 100% answer for everything that fits everybody. It's not a one size fits all. Aside from probably that everybody should exercise in some fashion to improve their health. Apart from that, a lot of the health and fitness rules are varied. So when it comes to sleep, everybody needs to sleep. That's okay. That's one of those things we can all agree on. How much? It varies. So don't think that you have to get a certain number. The research that backs up sleep, gets updated pretty frequently. Sometimes, they'll say it's this amount. Sometimes they'll say it's this amount. I think the thing that we can be most certain of is that in general, if I had to give a very kind of broad answer, is everybody should get at least 6 hours of sleep. For some people, that's not enough. For some people, they need 8. For some people, they might even need 9. But I think anything going into double digits is really pushing it. So you never want to get generally less than 6. Some people are fine with 5, and they feel it. They feel they're fine. You might need to do a deeper analysis to see if you are fine, or if you're continually shortchanging the body, and you might pay for it on the back end. If you're somebody who's always supplementing with caffeine, and energy drinks and stuff, and you're saying, no, I'm fine with it. Obviously, at some point, you will get a little bit of a wake-up call from the body, and you will need to adjust your sleep most likely and get more sleep, and then start to basically get off of those high caffeine stimulant drinks or supplements, at least for a little while, to kind of reset the body. So for that one, I would definitely say you can, if you want to get really deep and detailed, you can do a sleep study. There are sleep centers, and they will give you a really kind of detailed analysis of your body and your rhythms and things like that. If you want to go a little, the more cost-effective route and, save a little bit of time, you can actually get pretty good detailed info these days from, stuff like our Apple Watches or our Polar Watches or Fitbits. I have one that tracks sleep, and it's pretty accurate, I'd say. So you can break down your data. You can go into the app and or online, and then they'll show you kind of like, how was your sleep? Where was your what was your high point? How much deep sleep did you get? How much rest did you get? And it's actually pretty cool. You can really start to see how recharged you feel. And the one I have, this Polar watch that I have, even gives you a breakdown of not just how much sleep you had, but your ANS recovery, which is your autonomic nervous system. And it'll basically tell you, did you get quality with the amount that you slept? Because you could have 4 hours that are just awesome, and you'll feel pretty good, even though it was such a short sleep. You can also get 8 crappy hours, wake up and feel like, like you could sleep for another 10 hours because, you didn't really relax. Your heart rate was still elevated. You were still thinking about something. You were still worried about something, or you had a baby that was waking you up, or a dog, or like whatever. So a lot of these things really do come into play. So that was a great question regarding sleep. And that's something that I would definitely recommend everybody research on some level, so that way you're getting the quality you need. Because when you sleep well, you're going to recover well, your muscles will regrow well, and that's how you make gains in your health and fitness. All right, we're about a few minutes away here from home before I torture my next person. Any questions? If anybody has anything, feel free to type it in the chat. And if you don't, then that's okay. Friendly reminder about our class on Saturday. That's going to be 9 a.m. Central Time. And as I mentioned at the top of the video here, that I will try to actually use multiple devices so that I can maybe have more live workouts here for you guys also. Yeah. Okay. Trying to think. Anything else? No other questions? Man, it's getting hot in this car. All right. So, all right, we got more people on. Any questions? Type them in. This is a Ask Me Anything kind of deal, fitness related, AMA. And especially if you have any nutrition questions, I get a lot of those. You know, it doesn't have to be a broad question. You can ask something specific about yourself that you're going through. I'd love to be able to help out. We got about 5 minutes before I got to shut off. So fire away. Oh, and also, why not? Let's add this in, just like I do with our boot camps. Anybody that's online right now, if you want to type in FTP or Feel the Power in the chat, you will get yourself a nice piece of CWF swag, Complete Warrior Fitness swag. We have a whole bunch of stuff that we're itching to give away, you know, just because we're in that giving mode. We're in the giving spirit in this new year. So FTP or Feel the Power, type that in the chat, and I'll be happy to send it your way. Then we can correspond offline. Give me your mailing address, shirt size, and all that stuff, and we'll be able to get you something sweet. Still waiting. There was an awesome guy from Austria who was on our boot camp 2 weeks ago. He, as soon as I said it, he boom typed it in. I'm like, all right, man, you won yourself a piece of swag. All I need is your address, and you know, here's where you can message me to send that offline. And somehow he still hasn't. So if you're watching this and I don't remember your username, I'm sorry, but I will message you again. All I need is your mailing address, and I will get that to you. Okay? So, all right, got 1 or 2 more minutes here. I got a big truck in front of me, otherwise I'd be home sooner. It's one of those 2 men in a truck trucks. All right, any other questions? Okay, not many questions today. I guess I caught everybody at work because it's 9 a.m., 9:15 Central Time here. People are probably at work if you're in the U.S. It's a Thursday. Now, if you're somewhere else in the world, maybe it's evening, then you should be able to type. So hopefully we'll have some people that'll join in. Push-up challenge, reminder about that one. Anybody that has been doing the push-ups, please go ahead and continue to do them. Remember, there's 3 levels. You got beginner, 25 push-ups a day, intermediate, 50 push-ups a day, and advanced, 100 push-ups a day. That's what I'm trying to do. And just keep going. It's Scout's honor, so I don't require anybody to give me like a log or anything, but if you've been doing them since you started, all I would like to know is when did you start? What level were you doing? Let me know that you completed and your name, and then I add your name to the drawing. We have a prize drawing at the very end of the month. We'll do that live here. I might do it live on Facebook also. I'll try to do it like, you know, with multiple devices, and then you get a chance to win a great piece of swag and more. We have some more prizes there. So we have that going on, and then actually I'll skip some of the grand prize details. There's some cool stuff that I have planned. And if you take a photo of yourself doing the push-ups and tag us on any social media platform, or you do a video and you tag us, or you send it to me so I can repost it, it's awesome. You get double the entries, so you get double the chance of winning, and it helps get that awesome idea of health and fitness out into the world, which is what we love. So, all right, cool. Why do you risk reading and driving? Actually, I do it when I'm stopped. So, for example, I had a stop sign here. Now I have a red light here. So now I'm stopped, and I'm ready to read again. So, yeah, I never do it when I'm when I'm actually in traffic and moving. When I'm in traffic and I'm not moving, then totally fine. But yeah, I don't do the the unsafe stuff. But that's a great question. Anybody that's doing these lives and they're in a car or something, and they're always trying to read and swipe up and type in as they're driving, yeah, that's a no-no. You don't want to do that. So it's only when I'm stopped. Like right now I'm driving, so I won't be looking at the chat. I'll just be kind of talking and sharing some ideas. So I have about a minute left. Anybody that is still online, if you can type in Feel the Power or FTP, It's your last chance to win some cool swag. We'll be able to send your way. And then besides that, just friendly reminder about the 9 a.m. Central Time boot camp on Saturday. So you guys got till Saturday. Today's Thursday, so you got time before you get ready for the class. If you haven't checked out any of the classes, they're all available online free on our YouTube channel. Check them out, see which ones resonate with you. It's a different circuit each time, targeting different things. Sometimes we focus more on balance, sometimes more with upper body, sometimes with lower body, and it gives you a better idea of kind of how it goes. And I'm always willing to adjust and kind of upgrade or edit the circuits to be kind of more what the audience really wants or what you guys have questions about. So hopefully we'll be doing some other cool stuff in the near future as the weather improves. I'm actually looking forward to doing stuff outside, especially I have a really big backyard where it's begging to be used for fitness. Also new machines and things finally coming to the Warrior basement soon. And we have a nice nature trail area here as you're all being blinded by the light. Don't worry, I'm about to turn. So yeah, lots to look forward to. Hopefully you guys and gals are having a great day. I'm gonna be wrapping up here. Looks like my Warrior's already waiting for me. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. And I will see you guys and gals later. Have an awesome, awesome day. Feel the power as I drive in here. All right, guys, see ya. Finish the stream. Oh, no CWF. All right, that's okay. Next time you guys will get a chance to win some swag.